So when I first started off in filmmaking, I really wanted to make sure that I was practicing what I was doing. And one way that I figured out to do that pretty easily was shooting interviews. Interviews was something that I found that I could practice my skill set, as well as it being something simple and sometimes kind of fun to do. So what I wanted to do is show you guys a simple interview setup with one camera and one light. Even though my equipment has changed, it's still the same, so let's go. All right, so here we have the R5C all rigged out. The monitor I'm using is the Blackmagic Video Assist. The light here is the Amaran 300C with the Light Dome Mark III on it. Just a very simple setup, nothing too crazy. This is all you need to really get a good interview scene. Of course, depending on your location, I'm just here at my house, and yes, I have a cat tree for my cat, don't judge me, but this is all you need to get started. Now, of course, there are going to be some things that you may need to get in a different location, but sitting here at my house, this is all I need. So let's go. So one of the things to remember when you're shooting interviews is you definitely want to use the light that's available to you. Here, I had a window in my living room and I knew I wanted to kind of motivate that light. So I lit the space. I let the window do the lighting for me, and then I placed myself in the scene and used my artificial light to light me. Doing it this way really makes sure that your scene is lit good, and then it's easier to just light yourself afterwards. So the equipment that I used, as I said in the video, was the R5C, the Aperture Amaran 300C with a Light Dome Mark III on it, and I used a Canon RF 24mm macro lens. Now, there's no specific reason why I used that lens. It was a lens that I just recently bought and decided I wanted to try it out, and it worked good. But it doesn't matter the equipment that you have. Start where you're at. You can do the same thing with your phone. Remember, when it comes to interviews, lighting is gonna be one of the main things that you'll have to do. So make sure you light your scene. Get your scene put together. Make sure it's framed right. Make sure any blocking that you have to do is done. And then insert your talent or insert yourself into the scene and then light you. And that way it makes everything a lot more coherent, and it just provides a better image. So interviews are really easy to do. They really give you the basics of getting into filmmaking, and that will translate into what you do for your narrative stuff, because you still want to light your scenes first and then light your talent. You still want to make sure your blocking is done. You still want to make sure that everything is framed the way that you want it framed. So here's a couple of side-by-side pictures. One side shows the scene lit with no light on me, and then the other side shows the scene lit with light on me. And you can see the difference. The background doesn't change that much, but with me putting myself in the scene and then lighting me, now you have that dynamic image. You have your foreground, your background is nice and blurred out and looks really cinematic. So remember, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're a beginner, if you're an expert, it doesn't really matter. Get out and shoot. These interview style type shoots are something that you don't even need to have any talent or anything for. As you can see, I set this up in my living room just so I can make this video, but you can do the same so you can practice filmmaking, and you can practice lighting, and you can practice all these things that you'll need to do to get better in the filmmaking world. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you would, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like this video, because I got more content like this coming, all right? So you guys be easy. Peace.